so excited to have you all here for this momentous occasion, which we will officially launch our partnership with William Carey University.
So our faculty at William Carey University is just passionate about helping solve the teacher shortage. So we want to do anything and everything that we can across the state of Mississippi, not just in Hattiesburg or Biloxi where our main campuses are.
We've got to be as aggressive as the engineers and the medical professionals and the IT professionals and those industries. We've got to be just as intentional about developing interest and developing the capacity and the pipeline for the next generation of educators. And we can do it.
Just 2 years ago, we launched a brand new strategic plan, Excellence for All. As part of that plan, an important component of that plan was Commitment 3, which was a focus on talented and empowered teams. For years in our district, we have been reliant on beginning career educators who really struggled and had challenges becoming fully licensed and standard licensed educators. Today, we write the next chapter in the history of Jackson Public Schools as we launch this partnership with William Carey University to provide supports to our beginning educators as they work to become career educators in our system, supporting our scholars and families in this community. I want to acknowledge the various folks that are gathered here today. Dr. Green, our superintendent, who gave us the charge of Commitment 3 of talented and empowered teams. Dr. William Merritt, who is our assistant superintendent for school support and who assisted this project in terms of launching our request for proposals for university partners. And we're excited to launch this partnership with William Carey, which was the winner of our request for proposals. Ms. Sandra Lyons, who is our executive director of human resources and is an important stakeholder in this work and guiding our work around the empowerment of our teams. Dr. Tommy Knowles, who is our district recruiter and who will be helping us to build pathways to teacher excellence and support. Dr. Kim Smith leads our effort as Executive Director of Teaching and Learning and our interim Chief Academic Officer. And Mr. Sherwin Johnson and our instructional television team who are here to mark this occasion, as well as our administrative team, Mrs. Donald, Mrs. Veldemir Williams, and Ms. Rosalind Williams. It takes a team effort to support this work. We're also very pleased to have the Dean of the School of Education with us, Dr. Ben Burnett of William Carey University, who has been a champion for this work as a career educator and Dean of the School of Education. And this occasion will mark an expansion of our partnership to make lasting change and difference in our teacher pipeline in the district.
Even though I'm in higher ed now, and in addition to being Dean of Education, I'm also the Executive Vice President of William Carey now, so I have a dual role. But I still consider myself a K-12 educator. I spent 28 years in K-12 as a teacher and a middle school principal and then a superintendent. One of the many things that makes William Carey stand out a little bit different from other institutions is that we only hire career educators to work in our programs. We average a little over 27 years experience in K-12 with our faculty and with our administrators within the School of Education. So the people working with your future teachers will not have just read about it in a book or have written a dissertation about it. They actually were in the trenches and doing everything that these teachers will be doing. So they'll be learning from experienced and veteran educators. And William Carey University has experienced a record enrollment this fall. In light of COVID, we have students on campus and we have a record enrollment for the university at around 5,300 students. But we also have a record enrollment with our School of Education at 1,700. Our mission is to help solve the teacher shortage in the state of Mississippi. I'm a native Mississippian, I've lived here all my life, and we want to help the public schools across the state of Mississippi not just fill their openings, but research shows that in the age of accountability that achievement is only going to go up with an effective teacher in a classroom. So we don't want to just fill the classrooms, we want to help fill the classrooms with effective teachers. And so we're happy to be here at one of our new homes at Jackson Public Schools, and we appreciate the opportunity.
For sure, want to thank our new partners, our new family members, or all over again family members. It feels like this is a partnership that existed and is now perhaps on steroids. And as we've been thinking through the work that we do and all of the time and energy and resources and even political might that we put behind the work of the district, it's just incredibly important to us that we have strong partners and that we don't simply call people partners, but that we behave in ways that signal that this is truly a partnership. And we know that we've got really big work to do to ensure that we've got the right people, caring and capable people in front of our scholars and leading our teams throughout the district. But we also know that it's not enough to simply put job postings out there or acknowledge that we've got the vacancies and just kind of wait on people to come. We've got to be much more intentional about creating spaces, creating pathways, partnerships, and conditions for really caring, smart people to join us in this work and to ensure that our scholars get everything that they need in order to be successful in life. We know that we've got to play chess and not checkers. We know that the days are long gone that you simply put the posting out there and name that you need a teacher in the classroom. We've got to be much more intentional about it. And we're excited that we can do that work with you all, with our new partners at William Carey.
But this is a type of a program that we can carry all over the state, and we have carried that all over the state. We've had cohorts in Vicksburg, here in the Jackson metro area. We've had them in the Mississippi Delta. We've had them in Meridian, on Moss Point, on the coast. So this is just one way that we feel like we can help K-12 schools across the state.
We're actually looking across the board at the ways that we operate through the recruitment process and onboarding and ongoing professional development, but also the ways that we even create programming with our scholars. And for sure, the partnerships with the higher education entities, so that even as young people move up in their educational pursuits, that they're thinking about and preparing themselves in smart ways over time. As the superintendent of Jackson Public Schools, one of the things that attracted me to this role and to this community is that we are not in this fight to educate our young people alone. It was very clear to me early on, as I was having conversations with board members and community members, that there's a community here that cares about our scholars, that cares about and is committed to their success. And it is because of that community and partners like William Carey that we're able to make such bold statements about what we'll accomplish on behalf of our scholars and families, and that we know with every fiber of our being that we'll be able to deliver on those commitments. Why? Because we're not in this alone. We've got beautiful, wonderful, resourceful, intelligent partners who stand at the ready to lock arms with us to ensure that we've got the tools and the conditions and that we can make great things happen for our scholars.